Those shots don't even need editing. Wow.
Earlier this year, my wife asked me where I wanted to go on vacation. I showed her lightpollutionmap.info and simply said blue or black. Little did I know I would be speechless under one of the darkest skies in Europe a couple of months later. And you might have never heard of this place before. Join me on this phenomenal Milky Way photography adventure.
We just arrived and we are given a brand new car. We are the first drivers, so no pressure at all after my Norway adventure.
On the ferry it became clear that it would be clear, so I prepared for an all-nighter directly after arriving at our final destination.
Well, good night there and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Korcula Island in Croatia. It's a bortle 2 here and I have never been to a bortle 2. Could this be the darkest place in all of Europe? Let's find out tonight. I've now stopped the car beside the road at a viewpoint looking to the southeast. I thought this would be a pretty good spot to shoot the Milky Way later this evening or very early in the morning. And when I stepped out the car and I looked up, my God, these are the darkest skies I have ever seen. It is incredible, and the Milky Way isn't even above the horizon. Yeah, the Cygnus region is, but it's just below a mountain behind me. I could just see Polaris above that mountain, so I do see Antares and a row of Yuki, so maybe I'll just quickly set up the tracker and shoot a 50mm quick stack of row of Yuki just to start off the night and see what comes out of it. And after that I'll look for some beaches down below, for some foregrounds, and hopefully to shoot some Milky Way later tonight. Wow. Okay, you are allowed to laugh, but there are so many stars here. They are so bright that I've even had some trouble finding Polaris because they all look bright. But I found it now, so I'm going to line the tracker and shoot the stack quickly and then onto some beaches, I think. Man, look at these pics. ISO 1600, f4, 3 minutes exposure, and it's still even exposed to the left. Can you believe it? Okay, so I'm vlogging just a little bit here with my phone because all my cameras are occupied. Change of plans, totally change of plans. I mean, I've had a travel day of 15 hours. I am quite tired. I am under the darkest skies ever. I found a place to shoot the best sky shots I have ever done. Why the heck should I look for foregrounds today if I have all day tomorrow to scout possible foregrounds, possible beaches, etc. during the day and come back tomorrow at night? So at the moment I'm making a big ass time lapse, I hope. I've already shot 250mm stacks. I can do 3 minute exposures. It's bizarre. I have now a 24mm stack running and I have seen the biggest fireballs in my life. It's almost the peak of the Lyrids meteor shower. I'm out of words. I'm just going to enjoy here for another 2 hours, I think, because before Astro Dark is over. I am tired, but I'm super hyped. So sorry for the vlog, but yeah, I hope I can resume my story a bit tomorrow or perhaps a bit later tonight if something happens. But for now, I am totally focusing on just enjoying my time here and and photographing just the heck out of this beautiful, dark, clear night on Korcula Island. So that's the third stack done now at 24 millimeters. At the moment the core has risen so high that I can even see the dark horse with my naked eye. It's insane. I mean, here, look at the screen. Yes, let me flip you. Those shots don't even need editing. Wow. As the camera behind me is finishing up the last sky stack at 14 millimeters. Astro darkness is now over. It's 4:30 already. It's beginning to get light a little bit. So I think that's a wrap for tonight. But it was a fantastic night. I think this was one of the best nights of astrophotography I've ever had. And I know I say that a lot, but the last few months, wow. Yeah, there was so much visible. I have photographed two 50 millimeter stacks earlier in the night while the core was just rising above the horizon. There was a bit of haze, a bit of sort of sea mist above it, which gave it some atmosphere. And I've shot two 24 millimeter stacks and now a 40 millimeter stack, all of the Milky Way core. I think they will be my best ever. The only thing is, tomorrow I'll have to spend some time to find suitable foregrounds which are also realistic in the composition. So I think we'll drive around tomorrow a bit to some beaches. Maybe I'll look for a spot higher up so that I can get a 360 view. Maybe I can get a panorama of the Milky Way tomorrow also. But we'll see how that goes. For now, I'll pack up and I'll go to bed and I'll get some hours of sleep. And hopefully we get a beautiful night like this tomorrow again. And after that, the weather forecast doesn't look too good. And I think that's fine by me because it's also a vacation with the wife.
After 3 hours of sleep, I scouted a couple of secluded bays which looked to be perfectly aligned with the Milky Way.
So this is the first beach I've scouted on Google Maps. It was quite the gravel road to come down here, but we are the only ones at the moment. As you can see behind me, it's a really beautiful beach. Unfortunately, it's a bit dirty. People seem to have left some plastic and dirt here, or it is washed ashore, I'm not sure, but it's not that bad so that I cannot make a good photo out of it, I think. Yeah, the Milky Way will rise here, will be in a good position around 2 o'clock in the night. That's also when I started shooting the Milky Way at 24 millimeter yesterday. So I'm gonna scout if I can make a good composition here tonight.
As you can see on the night AR function of photopills, the Milky Way would align perfectly here. The next beach on our checklist was even more promising.
So another beach. The road here was a bit more tricky, but it was doable and I can turn my car here. Perfect alignment, perfect beach. 2 locations and I've also found a lookout point somewhere. So I think tonight we'll definitely be able to finish the sky shots from yesterday.
So that night I returned to the middle of nowhere. shooting at this bay on my own in the middle of nowhere on the bortle 2 skies. It's beautiful, it's really beautiful. On the other hand, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a bit nerve-wracking. All my senses are on maximum. As a Dutch guy, I'm just not used to being in the middle of nowhere on my own. We don't have middle of nowhere. You can always hear a road or something, but yeah, here you can hear nothing. Only some animals in the bushes, some tropical sounding birds, and yeah, the sound of the sea. But yeah, I've shot the foreground at 14 millimeters just to be sure. I've shot a little panorama to maybe crop in a little bit. I think I'll go on to the next beach, the one with the chapel, and I'll see you there. So at the second beach with the chapel, it was a bit eerie. I mean, if you walk here, I can already see some weird sort of lights, but it seems that maybe you can see it behind me, as if they, yeah, the people here have left candles. So yeah, we're at the middle of nowhere, super dark, and flickering candles. I mean, straight out of Stephen King, right? I'm quickly going to shoot this foreground and then onto some living beings. While my camera is shooting exposures, I want you just to listen. The sea, the birds, wow. It's so nice here. After I was done at the beach, I drove to the spot I found this afternoon to shoot the 50mm foreground. It was just beside the road without a place to park the car, so I didn't film there. To finish off this amazing night, I went back to the lookout point I was yesterday. I decided to just take it all in once more and do some simple bonus images without using the star tracker. I've had a beautiful experience here on Korcula Island of Croatia. Darkest skies I have ever seen. Pretty tired right now, but yeah, it looks like it was really worth it. I haven't seen my final shots yet, of course, but if the shots turn out to be any good, here are the shots. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye. Now, before going to the final results, were these indeed the darkest skies in Europe? To be honest, I'm not totally sure, but let me tell you this, they must definitely come pretty close.